What's good, everyone? Right now, I'm sitting down with one of the GOATs, Edwin Gorritz, and I'm taking the time out, bro, just to let you know, like I said, I'm not coming with questions. I just want to have like a real one-on-one conversation. Being new to the coffee space, I spoke to a couple friends and they guided me to you because me personally, I feel like I speak for the people, especially out in the coffee world, to try to get as much information as possible. Not only just in the coffee game, but in the Puerto Rico coffee space, whether it's a coffee shop, whether it's a farm, whatever it is, anything that has anything to do with Puerto Rico, the beans, whatever, this is something that a lot of people are interested in. So first and foremost, 3-time barista champion.
3-time in coffee and good spirits. It's a competition where you mix specialty coffee with alcohol, basically. So it's like you're making cocktails.
Oh, so this is different from a white. Yeah. So all right, so here's the thing right here. And mind you, I'm not editing anything. Me personally, I'm new in this space, so I'm trying to learn as much. And this is one thing about the audience that's paying attention to is as I go, I'm trying to learn. So I can sit here and try to fake it like I'm trying to clean cut. No, I'm really trying to learn the whole coffee space. So you're saying that this is not like the average barista thing. This is more...
Yeah, 1-time barista champion.
Okay, so 1-time barista champion. And then can you get a little bit deeper into explaining the other view? Because this is a whole different side that I'm learning right now.
The coffee and good spirits?
Yes.
So you have 8 minutes. Depends on what round, but typically you have 8 minutes to prepare 4 drinks.
Yes.
So you gotta prepare 2 hot drinks and 2 cold drinks. And it has to be with coffee, basically. Mm-hmm. So you have to have that coffee flavor forward, and then you have to use spirits. Usually they have like one spirit, which is like the sponsor.
Yeah.
Then you do your own mix with other flavors, other spirits, other ingredients.
Yeah.
And you gotta try to give a good presentation and beat the other people.
So my question is, what is everything? Everything is based off taste, or is it presentation?
It's a little bit of both. So you have to have a good presentation. You have to have good taste. You have to have a good performance as well. So there's a little bit of everything. And then at the end, they add up all those scores, and whoever has the highest score, that's the person that wins.
You don't get nervous in these situations?
Definitely, yeah.
Because like I was telling you earlier, when I'm in the house by myself, and I have some questions for this too, but when I'm in the house with myself, I get nervous that I'm going to make the wrong cup. And I'm embarrassed when the cup doesn't taste right anyway. So I couldn't imagine someone looking over my showers. And how does the practice and stuff come about?
That's the funnest part of it, right? Because at the same time, we're drinking alcohol. So
we're
having a good time. But also you invite people because sometimes your palate like gets worn. So you have to have other people to have opinions and how they like the beverage. But at the same time, you have to keep in mind that the people who are going to be judging you are coffee professionals. Yes. So that's extra pressure. So that's gonna make you more nervous. But at the same time, you have to know that it has to be something that they're going to like, but it has to be something that can be applied commercially. So
that makes sense. So it can't just be about the likings of your friends. It's more so you got to hit certain type of angles.
Yeah.
Bro, that's too much pressure. I'm not gonna lie to you. You know what's crazy? The only thing that I actually known of liquor and coffee, and excuse my ignorance, like I say, I'm new in this space, is just I just know espresso martini. I think that's like the only coffee drink that I've ever heard of. That's dope. And also too, being another thing that I get, especially through my social media, is I get a lot of new entrepreneurs in the coffee game. So they always try to ask as many questions as possible. As far as the coffee space, where do you see it, especially the Puerto Rico coffee space? Me going to the farms, I speak to all the farmers and stuff, and I hear all the stories, especially during the Hurricane Maria. I was just at a farm over in Yauco, and he said they were out for like 3 years. Like they wiped them, and then they had to regrow, and it takes 3 years to harvest straight from the beginning. And it was tough. Where do you see the Puerto Rico scale right now as far as business with coffee?
So I can see a better future for Puerto Rican coffee because we have a bunch of like young coffee farmers who are like working, like getting dirty and doing their stuff correctly. And also applying new techniques new like fermentation, new flavors into the coffee. So at the same time, keeping in mind that there's people who have like the commercial side of the coffee, so they try to take both sides. But I can see a future for Puerto Rico. I'm not gonna lie, it's difficult because Puerto Rico being part of the U.S., so you have to pay employees a minimum wage, which is fair because that's what you want. That's what you want.
Yes.
But at the same time, that's gonna bring up the price versus like Colombia or Guatemala.
1,000%. I just had the conversation with a guy the other day, and he was asking like what's one of the issues with Puerto Rico coffee. And from my experience speaking to the other farmers, that's exactly what they said.
Yeah.
And they were saying, you know, some people don't want to work in the field for $15 an hour picking certain beans, especially when it comes to specialty coffee. You got to find the red beans. And when they can make the same money, let's say working at McDonald's, like would you rather be in the field hot? And like you said, with the laws of that's just what it's being, it's kind of messing the market up in a sense. And like you said, it's right to pay people what they're worth, but when it gets to the point when no one wants to do it, that's tough. What are one of the other issues that you think?
In Puerto Rico?
Yeah, as far as like when it comes to the Puerto Rico coffee,
specialty coffee. The other part is, well, the government doesn't help as much in the specialty coffee side. So you have a lot of these coffee farmers that are basically bootstrapping themselves.
Really?
Doing everything. Like they do get some help, but it's not as much as a commercial coffee where they have all this imported coffee coming in.
So a fact that I heard is that you can consider coffee Puerto Rican coffee if you just bag it here.
Exactly.
You can put made in Puerto Rico.
You can put the made in Puerto Rico.
That is crazy. So
yeah.
like me even having these cameras out and coming to have the interviews and stuff, this is me trying to show that, because I'm trying to use my platform as much as possible. Like I said, I'm in the industry now, but I'm trying to show people that this is as authentic as it gets, because those people that are just slapping labels on things, I don't think they're gonna go to the farms and be like, this is Jose and this is the farm. So for me, when I found that out, that's crazy that they can do that legally. And I feel like, I don't want to say the people are getting tricked, but I just don't think that's fair, man.
It's hard because sometimes you ask a client, like, what's your favorite coffee? And then they tell you, this is my favorite coffee, this is Puerto Rican. And I'm like, actually it's not. But that's a big conversation that we have to have. But I mean, it's like I said, it's difficult because at one side you have like, we want to grow Puerto Rican coffee. We want everybody to consume Puerto Rican coffee. But at the same time, you have a high demand for coffee. So I understand why they have to import coffee because it's not. So it's tough because there are some things that the government can help. Like, for example, helping pay employees or some other stuff that can get more specialty coffee in Puerto Rico.
Right.
But that's like another side that
I'm not gonna lie, I don't think I'm Superman. I don't know how much power I do have, but I know the more you have people pushing a culture forward. So for me, maybe next year might be my last year playing basketball, and representing the national team of Puerto Rico for 9 years was a big deal for me. Not only a big deal, but I found a way to represent Puerto Rico, to still be here. So me figuring out, coffee is probably another avenue. It's not as physical or anything like that, but it's still a way to represent Puerto Rico. For me, when I come to spaces like this is super dope. You've got probably one of the best locations too for a coffee shop, I can't lie. But when I do see things like this and you do hear people that care about it and stuff like that, me personally, it's super dope. But I'm trying to figure out, what do you think is something that can be done to bring awareness to these situations as far as the government? And this sucks because it's the government. That's the last people to play with. But what do you think is something that can be done to not only bring the awareness, but like push the Puerto Rican coffee culture forward? Because they're telling me that other countries they're killing us because they have more mass product, but the quality is really not that much. Puerto Rican coffee is amazing.
Puerto Rican coffee right now, I can say like can compete with like any coffee around the world. And like to answer your question, that's where we come in, like coffee shops. Like I think are like we need to like use Puerto Rican coffee, get Puerto Rican coffee to all our clients as much as possible. I know it's hard because Puerto Rican specialty coffee in particular is more expensive, but even if it's like one day just like, hey, we're serving this coffee, or in our pour overs we're serving this coffee, or buying another grinder and we have this Puerto Rican coffee, we want to try it out. But like the most important thing is spreading the Puerto Rican coffee flavors and knowledge onto the clients, because those are the people that you want to know
1000%.
that this coffee exists, right? Because we know it exists, but we're just one. Like we attend like thousands of clients like weekly, so that's the people that they need to learn that this exists and this is out there, and try to go look for it, look for this person, look for this coffee farmer, and try the coffee yourself, buy it from them, because that's what we need. We just need people to know that it's out there.
It's crazy because people think, I don't know, because like even though I have my coffee bag in my bag, but on the back of my coffee bag is in English. Everybody's asking like, why is all your stuff in English? And I tell people, I'm not here to convince Puerto Ricans that Puerto Rican coffee is good. I'm trying to convince the world that Puerto Rican coffee is good. Like, regardless of what it is, like if it was a Puerto Rican, I'll give them some of my coffee in a clear plastic bag and say it's Puerto Rico coffee. Like, you know what Puerto Rico's about. You know what the love is here. There's some people that probably never get the chance to even step on this island. So for me and my angle in the Puerto Rican coffee culture, I'm just trying to shift a different angle. Like for you, for instance, like you have the shop, you're pushing it different, especially with all the tourists here. And I feel like we all do our collective work together. You know, it'll be another step forward. Another question I wanted to ask you was, what got you into, before the shop, like when was the time that you was really like into the whole, just the coffee thing? Like,
so it started because my wife, like she brought me literally like a coffee with latte art, and that's the first time I was like, wow.
How around like what time?
That was like 2009.
So you was like, I don't want to say late bloomer, but it was like you caught on kind of like a little bit later on.
When I caught on to specialty coffee in Puerto Rico, there's only like three coffee shops, like
really?
3 specialty coffee shops. Not like one everywhere, but there's like three specialty coffee shops, and like I used to travel. Like there was one in Caguas, which is like 30 minutes away. I used to travel over there just to have coffee, or San Juan, or Atorrey. But yeah, after that, like when I knew that existed, then I started to look into it. Like, you know, everybody says that the coffee bug bit you. So that's when I started to look into it. I went to Portland to take some barista classes.
I heard Portland was big on coffee. I googled. Sorry to cut you off, but I googled the top cities because I was trying to figure out where to place my ads at in the States. And Portland was definitely one of the big cities.
Portland's top. Like, I think Portland's like the specialty coffee mecca in the world. Yeah,
I gotta make a trip now, man.
Because Seattle was where it started, but I think Portland took it and brought it to another level.
Wow.
But yeah,
that's crazy.
I went over there, took some classes, then I came back here and looked to where I can work. And then I started working with my old boss in Atorrey. And then after that was the first time I competed. And the first time I got to travel. So I come from like a poor family, so I never got to travel before.
Right. So. And what part of Puerto Rico?
In Bayamon.
Where's your family from?
Bayamon.
Oh, y'all just won a championship. Oh my God. All right. Much love to Bayamon, man. Much love to Bayamon.
17.
Oh my God. I'm still dreaded over that. We're not gonna talk about basketball, guys, but shout out to Vaqueros, man. Respect, man. Damn. But okay, so fam's from Bayamon. As far as when it came to the shop and stuff, I'll tell you, me personally, I'm super scared when it comes to like overhead and stores and stuff. I'm like a person that I'm scared of disappointment. So what gave you that? Because anytime you come up with anything, it's a gamble. What gave you that courage to say like I like coffee enough that I want to make this step right here?
So
that's a huge transition to go from taking classes to.
So when I first traveled, the first time we went to a competition was in London. So I never traveled before. Like I grew up in Jersey, then I came down to Puerto Rico. But my family was always from here, so I only traveled from Puerto Rico to Jersey. And then that's my first time like out of the country, and I was like, it was a coffee event, which I suggest, like, if you ever
Expo, like an expo?
Yeah, like an expo.
Okay.
I suggest that anybody who's into coffee goes to an expo, and then that's the first time I saw like, wow, there's a lot of people who like this. Like this is something.
It's a whole different culture, bro.
Yeah.
It's a whole different culture, man.
And then after that, just like, let's open a coffee shop. Let's try it out. Like, what's gonna happen?
I'm not gonna lie. For me personally, and I appreciate you having a coffee shop because I remember my first cup of coffee was from my grandma, my Puerto Rican grandma. I used to visit her in Pennsylvania, and you know, in my household back in Queens, coffee's forbidden. It's like that's for grown people.
Really?
But when I go to grandma's house in the summertime, she's like, "Yo, here's a cup. Like, throw all the brown sugar in there. Like we're good."
Yeah.
But for me, like the transition from the grandma and falling in love with it, one of the best things like I love about coffee is not so much the cup, it's environments like this.
Yeah,
it's the coffee shops, bro. Like I can be locked in for work. I know I have a lot of stuff to do. I'll have all the Wi-Fi in the world, all the outlets and everything. But it's something about coming to a coffee shop and just getting that just like, I don't care how many people's in here, I feel like you find your own peace when it comes to a coffee shop, man. And I think one thing for sure, I would say probably like every season is coffee shop hopping to find a place that feels comfortable like a home. So like me personally, I want to say I appreciate that you've taken that step because there's other people I'm sure that comes in here and this is probably their escape for sure. And having an amazing setup like this too. So I just want to personally say I appreciate that for sure. Also, I do have another question too. When it comes to competition, how does that work as far as, you know, I know we don't have the biggest supply of coffee, but how does it count as far as, you know, maybe the next coffee shop or someone else that might have the same beans? Is it like a cutthroat business or?
So I would say like there's always like a niche for everybody. Because, for example, in Atorrey, where there's like 6 coffee shops around the area, and we're doing okay. But it's not, I wouldn't say, like you said, this is a business where we're more like, we help each other. Like, if you know the coffee shop nearby, like, hey, I need cups, you go to the owner.
That's love.
So there's always, it's not an easy business.
Yeah.
It's not easy. I'm not gonna lie and say it's easy, but it's I would say there's more of a community in the specialty coffee scene than other places because we all try to help each other.
Yeah.
Because we all want like to survive and do good. So
1000%.
So it's more of a tight community being the specialty coffee scene.
And it's crazy because like one of the platforms I use a lot I try to build my own community, the social media threads, the branch off from Instagram. I talk more about coffee because it's a little bit more intimate there, and I get all kind of questions all the time. And one of the main type of people that hit me up are people that want to start their coffee shops.
Okay.
From a person that's in the space, what advice would you give them to maybe avoid, like for instance, when I started selling my coffee, bro, my first 2 days, when I made every mistake you can make. Like I didn't know there was a website that gives you discounts for your shipping. So I'm having people, and then I didn't change the pricing as well. So I'm having people pay $5 for shipping, but the shipping turned out to be $10. So I got a lot of orders the first 2 days, and it was like so many mistakes. So from a person in the experience in the field to those people out there that are thinking about starting their coffee shops or starting their coffee businesses, what are some tips that you can give them on let's say mistakes not to do, or not to get yourself overwhelmed with.
Yeah.
What would you say about that?
So the first tip I would say to like any owner of anything is first you need like a good accountant. That's like the first step, because they're gonna help you with any permits or anything you need. And then after that, what I would say is that this is a business you need passion in, because there's some rough times, there's good times, but there's rough times, and you got passion is what's gonna help you get through it. And have a good plan. Just have everything as planned out as you can. There's gonna be things that are going to happen that you didn't plan for. But you just like put your stuff together and just get through it. But try to have a good plan. Try to get good employees. Like train your employees very well as much as you can, because they're gonna be the face of the business. They're gonna be here every day, taking care of your clients. So that's like the most important thing. And then after that, just like the small details, like what coffee you're using. But that's just more like personal. But having good employees, having a good plan, training your employees, taking care of your employees, for me is like the most important part of this type of business.
Okay, that's definitely great advice. I'm gonna take some of that too. Another question I have two more questions, and one of them would be, what will you, for the casual, so like I said, when I first got my first inventory, I got a lot of whole beans. And I had some ground beans. The ground beans sold out like that. But I'm thinking specialty coffee, people that are into it, they got their grinders, but I got a lot of casual drinkers. And I'm not saying everyone that drinks ground bean are casual drinkers, but a lot of people were casual drinkers. Everyone doesn't know how to prepare the right cup of coffee. What's some advice that you can give the casual coffee drinker as far as making like the perfect cup of coffee?
Yeah, so like you said, the first investment, like for any coffee drinker, casual, hardcore, anybody who drinks coffee at least once a day, they need a grinder, because the grinder is what's gonna keep your coffee as fresh as possible. Like you can have beans for a month, 2 months, they're still gonna be good. But ground coffee can last you maybe 2 weeks if you store it correctly. But yeah, a grinder would be the first thing. So you can have like delicious, good quality coffee. Don't worry about the machine. Don't worry about where you're brewing at. Just a really good grinder with like good burrs, like good ceramic, titanium, steel burrs. And don't buy the grinder that looks like a blender.
That's the one I have. That's the one I have, bro. And you know what's crazy? When I open it, you still see like half a whole bean, and I'm just like, I guess this is what it is. That's crazy. That's
not technically grinding, and what it's doing is just breaking it up.
So like it's not even, you're not even getting like the fine. Damn, I gotta throw that one away. I'm giving it away now. I'm officially giving away my grinder, man. I'm like, as you were mentioning, I'm like, please don't say blender. Wow. All right. Cool.
It's okay. We all make. That's where you learn from your mistakes.
If you see my kitchen, when I really get in my mode, I be trying to make my little design. It comes out bad every time. Me personally, my cold brews are way better. I think it's easier. There's a lot of sugar and all these other things. But
cold brew is more forgiving.
And one more question. I don't know if you're gonna give me this answer. What is the secret weapon?
Secret weapon?
Yes. I was seeing in your post that you were speaking on a secret weapon in your
my secret weapon.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
My secret weapon is my wife.
Okay.
That's my secret weapon.
Cool.
Because she's the one that keeps me straight, legit, going forward. Like, hey, get back in line.
Right. I personally think, and even right now, I'm having a lot of help. And it's very, first of all, I'm a giving person. So if I see a person, I see they don't have it, I'll give them the coffee. That's just how I am.
Awesome.
And I'm stepping into the entrepreneur space. And it's kind of like I'm being told, like, you can't do that. It's margins, profit has to be made, and certain things like that. So me personally, like, to have your wife behind you pushing you is a big deal, because I'm about a month in, And there's been times just in the first month it's been discouraging, but having that support of someone pushing you, telling you, yo, it's gonna be okay.
Yeah.
Wake up, get this done, get that done. I think that's a huge thing. Bro.
Definitely having a mentor, like, is something very important in this business too.
Really?
I would say, like, having somebody that already has a coffee shop or even a restaurant, somebody that has done something in their life, like they're gonna tell you, like, give you advice in business.
Yeah.
So having a mentor is something else that I would definitely recommend to anybody starting any entrepreneurship. Because they're gonna help you out. They're gonna keep you motivated, keep you pumped.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, perfect, man. Well, I appreciate it, bro. Thanks for taking the time out, man. Like I said, I'm new in this space. I'm still learning. I hope the people appreciate it, that we can move through Puerto Rico. We can find great people like yourself,
definitely.
man, that's putting on for PR, putting on for the whole coffee scene out here, man. Thank you a lot, bro. Appreciate it, man.
Thank you, man.
Thank you, bro. Thank you.